The Ned Luigi? No way.
If he locks it in.
I don't know. Is this real?
No, it's real. It is real.
He apparently beat Angela with it on
in the Ditto.
On
Ned's
This
stream.
is real.
This is real.
No way.
This is real.
No way.
All right.
This is so much better than I thought it would be. I'm so excited.
This is Ned's, I think, 5th or 6th character now he's played this weekend.
Yeah, he is farming.
Ned and Ikan come out of hiding when it matters most.
Play Luigi.
To play Luigi on Gauntlet stage.
He wants a bouquet on the top 8 graphic of just 7 different characters.
Literally everyone in the venue too is so excited, and everyone is like turned to face the projector because this is honestly like such a crazy moment.
He's learning things from Angelo yesterday. He's taking fair up air, fair down air.
It's like, yeah, anyone can do it. Watch. Up tilt, up
real.
Yeah, the person who would be most excited about this is playing on the other stream right now. Angelo's not even here to see this.
Yeah, unfortunately
And maybe it's
not.
for the best, because, I mean, he's down right now.
Either way, you're going to watch Luigi. So either if you're tuning in on an Unrivaled or on UGS, you're going to watch Luigi against your will.
Yeah. We're stuck with him.
Ned ducked under the fireball.
That was hilarious.
I want to see more of that. I need to see Ikan like fireball and then Ned just crawl under it up B or something.
That would be insane.
If we hit a real crawl play, I'm going crazy. I mean, Ned is doing better on the second stock, but he's got a whole stock deficit.
So is this like an Elite Smash character or like?
This is a Ned stream character,
Okay,
yes. I've never
okay.
seen this in bracket, but he does play this a lot in his stream.
Okay.
This is a beloved pocket.
Because I just want to know like what the thought process was, like playing Luigi against Ikan.
I mean, I can imagine a world where you like that both characters are very grounded.
Yeah.
You don't have to play much of an air game. But
This may just be Ned knows he's winner's side now, and he just doesn't care.
That could be true.
And he wants to save his real character for if he plays Ikan in the main bracket.
Yeah, a little bit of information concealing.
I guess. I mean, playing Luigi though is a choice.
Yeah.
It is a choice. You're never out as Luigi here. This is 2
most
grabs
definitely.
away from winning the game.
That is true. It's just like with this like big deficit here, I really do believe that it's just because Ned hasn't found like a 0 to death.
Yeah.
Where it's like Ikan is just finding just so much chip damage. The Shaku does so much work.
Yeah, because more so, like, Ned has to be more in his face, and Ned has to approach. But with Ikan, he can play a little more lax, a bit more back, with more space and play around. But with Ned, he has to force that grab and also force these interactions to happen. But it's not really going to happen if Ikan's going to just keep his distance here.
Yeah, Ned not having an easy time. Ikan's just mixing up between these slow and fast Shakus and then the occasional Hadouken. Really hard for him to get in here. Luigi's not very fast either.
Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I don't think Ned wins this game. I think he's, if anything, looking for some information.
One interaction.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Down tilt, Tatsu.
Now, the real question is, does he stay loyal?
Right.
Does he stick to the Luigi here?
Because with the, like, he's already winner side, I wonder if, like, Ikan, or if he's, like, scared of Ikan and would rather save a character that, and he doesn't want to reveal his cards, like, when he can play him in the bracket that really matters.
Yeah.
If someone runs in there right now, they can make a request.
Me Sword Fighter. Don't play Me Sword Fighter.
Little Mac.
Can we get anyone else on this couch?
Ned, play Kazuya. Roy! Roy is a more real character.
That is a more real character.
Yeah, I believe that more. You spoke it into existence. Good job.
So, now that he's lost that game, I do wonder if that was a serious counter pick then. Because Roy is a serious character.
Yeah.
I would more so take the Roy over the Luigi any day, especially Ned. I mean, he's well versed in the swordy characters, so I would imagine that this is more favorable for him.
There's a world where he's like, well, let me see if my Luigi's warm.
Yeah, that's, I think
Let me try it out.
Because we're talking about, like, Ned's 5th character in the pocket, and the top 4 are swords. And then it's like, oh, Luigi. And we're like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like 4 swords, IV sword, which is a sword,
That is a sword.
to Luigi.
He's got the Joker that he doesn't really rock anymore.
That's a sword.
That's a sword. Yeah, Ned's Joker exists.
Wow, we get back air going all the way out there to get that edge guard. And this is a crazy tempo switch. I mean, like, Luigi to Roy, you don't know what to expect.
I mean, this is certainly going much better than the Luigi pick did.
Yeah, I'm still confused about the pick, but we'll just roll with the punches here. And we're basically pretty much at a clean slate. I mean, Ned did not get too much extra credit on the second stock, as he is now, though. I mean, I'd imagine more with like a fresh set of mind and more of a clean thought process here. But Ikan still going to hold on to this ledge and kind of corner Ned.
Yeah. That auto turnaround is very nice. It's able to alleviate some of the ambiguity when Roy lands on shield with the nair, whether it's going to be a cross-up or not.
Tries this run off and aerial against that Natsu, but
It's hard to challenge the Shoto's recovery. Like, they just have a lot of mix-up, a lot of hitboxes. You just don't know when you're going to get hit. You really got to beat it.
especially Ryu, because that Tatsu is so much stronger than Ken's. Ken's is more of a combo tool.
Let's see here. They're both kind of starting to hit that point where they're looking for a kill here.
That should be it.
He finds the Jair this time.
Yeah, it was just like a lot of like scrapping we saw and no one really getting those confirms, but I mean, as I say, now we're seeing it. They're just kind of trading stocks pretty much now, so.
Got a couple cold-blooded killers in the venue.
Yeah.
Which these characters, these are like explosive characters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hateda, who blows himself up, these two, like, they just like deal damage, and then all of a sudden one of them is dead.
Yeah.
They're just shonen posting. They're just fighting each other both covered in blood.
Yeah, there's no storyline here. This is just all scrapping.
Smashes his
Oh my gosh, I thought he was going to get the dare there possibly, but no, Ikan going to be holding his ground here.
Yeah, he's keeping
Let's
the corner
trap maybe
pressure
just
up.
a little bit, yeah. Gonna go back to center stage though.
Let's see.
It's just they're just playing neutral. This is just neutral incarnate.
I love
Yeah.
neutral.
Ikan's looking to close this out, but Ned's doing a very good job at taking advantage of Roy's sword with the full spacer, which you don't see a lot from Roy.
Yeah, the Disjoint is definitely doing a lot of favors right now for most of his aerials and pretty much his whole toolbox here, but Ikan
Good DI
able to
down
close
to
it
not get
out.
caught, dude.
Yeah, that wasn't by the ledge. That might have been over.
Oh, does he make
That
this?
could be
Wow,
it.
very
Yeah.
nice.
All right, Ned's counter pick working out.
What if he just keeps like changing characters?
Goes
like
back to
that?
Luigi.
Back to
No,
Luigi's
don't.
awesome.
Can I please see 5 characters from Ned this set? Can I please?
That would be awesome.
It would be insane.
Ned,
Come
if
on.
you can hear me.
Go PT. Brandon will be
Please,
so
if you
excited.
Brandon would be very excited. Shout out to Brandino. He loves me.
Yeah,
Does he?
less likely
No.
than we think, honestly.
So it's unreciprocated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too.
Anyways.
Min Min knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Staking out the Roy. Wonder if
Yeah.
he loses if he'll switch again.
Maybe if he switches back to Luigi, he'll lose.
That'd be awesome.
He goes up 2-1. It's like, I got a game to play with.
I understand it now. He goes B-Gunner.
If Ned comes up here and is like, yeah, I didn't want to win those first 2 games, I'm like, no way.
But you can tell I started trying once Game 5. I switched to Rosalina and Luna.
I actually picked random because I knew I was going to win. And that's why I got Duck Hunt.
I hope we see one random today.
It's not going to happen. You better
It
start
would be
dreaming.
so funny, though.
You gotta pay somebody.
If I go
else.
down 0-2 against Code.
And that's why you're a hero. There you go. A big Shoryu.
That focus is going to be so good to get away from these Roy aerials. Doesn't really have much to deal with it.
I was getting around the shot. That was a really good interaction from Ned.
Yeah, big difference here with how Ned's dealing with Shaku. Having this disjointed sword that Luigi didn't have. Now Ned can actually kind of clash with these Shakus instead of having ducked under or retreat.
And I couldn't tell if it was intentional, but that side B on ledge to try and catch Ikan, that was so smart because Shaku has so low priority, the side B would break the Shaku and then finish the side B and kill him at like sub 50.
And that was a super nice stock played by Ned after taking the early stock loss. He's really holding on to, playing very patient, taking very little damage as he slowly closes out Ikan's stock to even it back up here.
You talk a lot about how momentum shifts, but like the momentum really isn't taking much effect on these players that have been playing for so long. Just very familiar.
These are both very footsies heavy characters. Needs a lot of returning to neutral, a lot of resetting compared to something like we saw Steve Falco earlier that was way more explosive.
Yeah, and it's just going to be like a lot of poking and whatnot. And with Ned, we're just seeing those really strong hitting aerials here. And with the Nair coming through just barely. Not going to clear that second stock, though.
That's all he needs.
Wow, that's an excellent conversion. The up tilt, up air, up B.
That's a Ikan classic.
When one of these players lands a hit, you're seeing a 2 to 3 hit combo into increased pressure compared to like a 30-second cutscene where they're taking 90%.
That is true, but it's like every interaction that either of them find is just like 40%.
Yeah.
Like, unless they're just like playing neutral, just looking for straight hits.
They're chunking at each other.
Again, not quite being able to run off against that Tatsu, just gets hit by it instead.
Ned's edge guarding is great here. He's finally closing it out there.
Yeah. He was not going to let Ikan recover for free there.
Absolutely not.
Definitely has the tools to edge guard Ryu. So why not, honestly? But going to have to...
Oh my god, yeah,
that
that'll be
just
that.
sucks.
Wow.
A foot to the face and 2-1 Ikan.
Hit him with a big overhead.
That's like another, like, you save that until it matters most.
Yeah.
Like, you're on last stock situation,
Yep.
you're now up 2-1. Momentum, maybe.
I think that's also like the first shield break maybe we've seen all
That
weekend.
I've seen for sure.
I thought, didn't we see one last night?
Did we?
We were casting.
Did we?
I don't remember who it was, but I feel like.
Oh, was it side?
Oh no, it was a Tatted Toad.
Oh,
side
Oh,
stream.
you're right. Toad
He
forgot.
did,
He didn't know
the
when to
yo-yo
roll
pass.
out.
Oh.
Oh, of the up smash?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah, that would do it.
For me, it's the first one I've seen, but either way. I mean,
Yeah. Still exciting anytime they happen.
Yeah, I personally love shield breaks as a Bowser come-in.
Yeah.
Min megawatt. Yeah, you
We
got
know
it.
what you are, Min Min.
Hey, man.
We know what you are.
I would have been dressed up as Bowser. The people told me they'd rather see me.
We needed to get to 5K.
Notably, Ned not switching off of Roy after losing.
Yeah, we're not seeing the Luigi.
Yeah, thank God we're not seeing
They're sticking with it.
Yeah.
See who takes this first stop. Again, it's this patient footsies. They're both very, very careful about looking for their hits.
It's like no percent taken for like 10% there. And now it's like there's return to neutral right now.
It feels wrong to call Roy team fundies, but the way Ned's playing him, he's looking pretty
Yeah,
honest.
I would say Royce is.
Ned is a
Oh,
incredibly
man.
fundies-based player.
Yeah, a little bit too deep there.
Ned does not have a lot of cheese in his bag. Even as a Luigi seemed pretty honest.
Which is where the fault might have came from. And it's like, we have yet to see any like really early stocks from Ned, but Ned will take it at the nice 120 with jab.
Shaking his head at his own chair.
I love when a player like connects their move and then shakes their head. It's like, oh, that shouldn't have worked.
That's a respectable man.
How did that work?
He's humble. He's humble.
He's like, that's not how you DI that move.
That was straight up. It's like, if he DI'd out, he would have lived.
I didn't deserve that.
To the point where one good up air connection could kill for Ikan.
Oh, he tries it there, but
If he got the platform reset, that was it. If he got double up air, that's it. And on the other stream, Angelo just beat Cypher.
yeah,
That was game 5
close
too, I
game
think.
five,
Last hit, yes.
That's a reverse 3-0 out of Angelo.
I also think, like, wow, yeah, no, that's insane. Angelo, incredibly good player.
So yeah, now this set that we're casting, this is the last set of Gauntlet phase.
Very exciting.
I mean, Ikan is quite literally almost there at the finish line, still holding on to this lead, and Ned is just unable to land. Okay.
And
A
the
2
Nair.
SD game to close it out.
Did he just like fast fall?
You have to
Okay.
smash
Yeah,
go
yeah,
past
that's
the ledge.
what
They
makes
have a
it-
jump.
The Nair made it so he couldn't grab the ledge.
Yeah. Super unfortunate
So-
SD there, but yeah, Ikan gonna be taking that with a dominant 3-1 score there.
That means we are going to have Ikan versus Ice Knight and a Tata versus Ned, I believe.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, because
Winners.
Tata did say he played loser.
I
right?
believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love to see Ikan do well. He's
Absolutely.
so sick.
Making it out of probably the most stacked pool today,
Yeah.
or the most packed gauntlet phase.
Yeah. Undefeated throughout the weekend so far, just like it's Tata, so.
Exciting.
Yeah, I think they were also like the only two players that were undefeated because everyone else had like
Pools losses.
yeah, like someone had like at least like one loss or something.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Them
no.
two being consistent, like honestly, just makes sense because they're both really consistent players and they're always just on their toes, ready for anything. And
Yeah.
speaking of the man himself,
Here
No
he
matter
is.
where in the world, always my Chicago player.
forever
Worldwide
our
warrior.
Chicago player.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Can you guys hear me? We hear good?
Yes,
Oh,
we
yeah.
hear you.
Nice. Hi.
Welcome back.
That was the weirdest Ned set I've had.
You don't like the Luigi?
Yeah, the first question was going to be like, what did you think of the Luigi? What were your thoughts when you saw Luigi on the character select screen?
I asked him really, was my serious question. Now, full disclosure, I think Luigi does beat Ryu.
Okay.
And it's like definitely like a losing matchup, but super winnable and very volatile. Whoever gets hit just dies.
Yeah.
But ever since I went abroad to fight Luigi in Europe, that was like my big moment of like, okay, I know what this character can do. And I've been playing versus Luigi a lot lately on Wi-Fi, so I was like really prepared versus Luigi. Then I saw the Roy, and I was like, this is a very like late meta pick for Ned. Ned has played so many characters versus me. He's played Seth, he's played Roy, he's played PT, he's played Cloud. I always think his Seth is his hardest, but I don't think he's up to par with the Seth for right now to pull it out in brackets.
Yeah.
So I was pretty good. It's pretty good versus the Roy. Played pretty confident, and I'm playing well right now, which is good.
Yeah, you are one of 2 undefeated players throughout the entire weekend so far. It's just you and Atata.
Feels good.
And that was another thing where it was like, with these character picks, do you think he wanted to like save some of his other characters in case he sees you in
He's saving
top
Seth for
bracket?
later, I think.
There you go.
Like
that makes a lot of sense.
I think he wanted to try stuff out, see how I was playing. Like he caught into a lot of my rolls and spot dodges because I wanted to spot dodge and roll through a lot of his attacks. That's like stuff that Sephiroth would just blow up instantly by just dash away back airing and covering that whole airspace. So I'm ready for him to kind of just go Seth versus me in Brain Bracket. That's always his best character versus me.
That's so awesome that you said that because both you and Ateta both said I just want to see how they're playing, or they just want to see how I'm playing in case they see me in Top Cut. I feel like that's like the beauty of Gauntlet is that you can have that like you have the time to like adapt to your opponents that you might see later on.
Exactly. You get a lot of info, and it's really, really nice to see that. So yeah, it's really great.
Is there anyone you got your eyes on in that final bracket that you really want to run into?
Sorry?
Is there anyone you really want to run into in final bracket?
Atata. I've been saying it all weekend.
He's straight gunning for
He's the only person that I want to beat more than anyone else in this room. Guaranteed. I'm 0-4 lifetime versus him, and I really want to get my first one at Chicago Summit.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
That would be
So, yeah.
huge for
You are the 2 undefeated players.
Yeah, that's so sick
You're-
that they're both playing so hot, and it's
Yeah.
gonna be a good set. When
I know.
He did mention last night, too, when we interviewed him, me and Ankle, he did say that you were the one player that he probably wants to run into because he just doesn't get to play you too much, and he loves playing against
Is that what
you.
Jeff said?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
I hope we see it.
I'm so excited to play him. I think I've studied a lot of versus Ness, and I really want to show what I can do. There's a lot of Ness players in NorCal, my sister seed, so I go back there like Ness boy, and I have been talking a lot. So I'm hoping I can show some of the stuff in Fight Him in Bracket.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Awesome.
Exciting. Well, great stuff.
That's
Thanks for
awesome.
talking to us.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Appreciate it.